Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. Aquí Bot Sherlock al habla en un nuevo episodio de Tangle Tower, en el cual ya tenemos todas las pistas de todos los personajes, todas las pistas no, sino todas las sospechas. Y el hecho es que no me acuerdo si le pregunté de todo, sí le pregunté de todo. Em, pero bueno, volviendo al hecho, Fitz nos dijo que básicamente que revisemos otra vez la escena del crimen. Y pensando en un poco, me di cuenta de algo, ¿no? Nosotros sabemos que... Miren, em, acá está el retrato pintado, ¿no? Entonces, ¿qué sabemos? Sabemos que acá está Flora y acá está la planta y acá hay otra planta, pero sin embargo solamente está esta planta. Es la única planta en toda la habitación, dice. Entonces, ¿qué es esta otra planta que aparece acá? ¿Es una planta? Ahí está la duda. Entonces yo me di cuenta de que al menos dos de los personajes nos dijeron que Freya siempre en el pincel y paleta dice que Poppy dice que Freya mezclaba todos los colores que necesitaba antes de empezar a pintar. ¿Ok? Entonces, ¿qué sabemos de eso? Que todos estos colores eran los que iba a utilizar. Pero que también sabemos en este cuadro no hay amarillo, pero sin embargo en la paleta de pintura sí que tenemos un color en amarillo. ¿Esto qué significa? Que estaría pintando algo amarillo. ¿Qué cosa podría ser amarilla que estuviese pintando Freya? Pensé entonces. Entonces pensé en algo de este tamaño, ¿no? Y que tenga como la forma de la planta, ¿ven? Que tiene una forma semejante. Y entonces, buscando entre las pistas, me di cuenta de este pájaro. Que creo que es tabata o tabaiteana, una de esas. Este pájaro. ¿Ven? Tiene las plantas así, tiene la forma de la planta. Y todo esto me lleva a pensar que Penny, o sea, el pájaro de Penny tiene algo que ver en esto. Algo, no sé el qué aún, no sabemos nada de el qué tiene que ver con esto, pero sabemos que tiene algo que ver, entonces eso me interesa mucho esa parte. Bueno, pero bueno, mientras tanto vamos a sospechar de este. Así que este cuadro, concretamente el cuchillo en la mano de Flora. Sí, es siniestro, pero no hemos encontrado ningún cuchillo en alguna parte de la habitación, entonces, ¿qué sucede? El asesino se llevó el cuchillo se en la habitación, no es un cuchillo.
We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
Sí, esto yo también lo pensé, de esto es evidente, tiene forma
Let's take a closer look at
de
this.
esta pluma, ¿no? De la pluma del pájaro baño tinta. De un insecto dorado, de un pájaro baño tinta, acá está. El cuchillo pintado fue creado por, es en realidad...
The painted knife.
Ok,
It's definitely the right shape,
exacto.
but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and...
Oh, eso no lo... Ah, acá está la maqueta pintada.
This little thing?
Sí.
I didn't come to think of it. Why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
El pájaro baño tinta era mascota de Flora, por ello guardó... Por eso ella guardó una sola pluma. Como pasa de negociación para recordarlo.
Dip bird was Flora's pet.
Todo esto es fácil
So,
cuando ya
a single
sabes
feather.
más o menos
Can't remember.
a dónde va. O sea,
She
cuando
kept the bird
pasas,
as a pet.
cuando estás interrogando a todos los tipos y te van contando las cosas, esto es re obvio.
Maybe it flew away.
Tal vez.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
Sí.
All right. So she was holding the feather. But where is it now?
¿Y
I
dónde
think
quedó
she'd
la
keep it
pluma,
somewhere
no?
close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally, this is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
En el cubo vacío.
We opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. she's pointing at something in
It's
the
just a pile of wait. There's something.
Oh, dibujos de Flora. De Flora. De Flora. Dibujos de Flora y un pequeño pájaro. Hay un mensaje manuscrito en la parte trasera. Para ti, con amor, Freya X. Freya X, suena a nombre de superhéroe. Ahora vamos con Félix.
So,
Con la
about
pintura que
this
encontramos
paint
en tu
you found in your
habitación.
room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used
Usada
it
para pintar,
to paint.
obviamente.
Totally
Algo
no
totalmente
big deal.
normal.
We never said it
Ya
was
dijimos que fuera
suspicious.
sospechosa.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
Ah, ¿de qué me están acusando? Dice, básicamente.
It's
El
not
tarro de
your
pintura no es
paint
tuyo.
pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look,
Mira.
the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
No, no lo
Clue
es,
to
así
compare
que...
with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who would actually.
¿Dónde están las pinturas de Freya?
Let's take a closer look at this.
Eso también me di cuenta, esto lo dije en uno de los primeros episodios. Que el tarro de pintura roja de Freya... No. Tendría que ser, sí o sí. Está lleno de... Lo rompió, fue robado y reemplazado por... Cuando Freya se dio cuenta, pero intercambió las tapas para
Freya's
ocultarlo.
red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot. But the
Exacto.
lids were swapped to hide it.
Sí, ese ya lo sabía
That
yo.
red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Exacto.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
En realidad sí, porque este tarro de pintura roja de alguna manera se llenó de sangre. Después...
This red paint almost.
Sí, es esto, pero... Antes Freya lo usaba para pintar a Flora.
Was somehow
Acá
filled
estamos.
with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Agua del lago, me encanta. ¿Qué tenía que ver?
That's definitely something.
Sí,
Right.
eso es algo.
Fine. Here's the story. I was busy
He estado
working
ocupado
on
trabajando en un
a
proyecto cuando de
project,
repente me
and when
quedé
I
sin
suddenly
pintura
realized
roja.
there was a certain amount
Tengo bastante
of
mal de
limited
tiempo, así que le pedí
time.
amablemente a Freya que
So
me
I
prestara la
thought I'd
suya.
just for a
Por un
little
momento.
while, you know, perfectly reasonable
Una
request.
petición razonable.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care.
Qué extraño, ¿no?
Well,
Digo, siempre era amable con
I
todo.
took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into
Vacío.
her room.
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time
Aw.
for Flora's birthday.
Qué
I
bonito.
needed red to paint the final details.
Claro.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
La verdad era bastante insensible si se lo daba, teniendo en cuenta lo que había pasado, ¿no? Nada más justo estaba Freya también ahí. Bueno, hablando de eso,
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother, like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
claro. Me olvidé de preguntarle a Félix al respecto. Le voy a preguntar a todos al respecto, ya fue. Incluso Flora. O sea, no me van a decir nada, pero...
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What
Sí,
happened to the bird?
verdaderamente.
Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely though, doesn't
La verdad, sí. Vamos a ir con Flora ahora. La habitación de Flora siempre tiene como que segura triste,
I
¿no?
like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Nunca nos habla. ¿Alguna vez dirá la palabra? Tipo, nos dirigirá la palabra o dirá hola. Estaría bueno en los créditos del juego finales. Actriz de voz de Flora.
Is this your diary, Fifi?
Ay.
We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10 and...
So, there are secrets written in here?
This particular diary is unused.
¿Por qué está
It doesn't
cerrado?
look unused.
No hay ningún diario. Es el diario de
It's
otra
somebody
persona.
else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion?
Yo
It is
llegué
kept
a
in
esa
my bedroom.
conclusión.
It is mine.
We need a clue. to
Hay
connect
una
the
foto,
diary. Something to prove
una
who the
fotito
owner was.
que me afirma que no es, ¿no?
Let's take a closer look at this.
Digo nomás, digo que este cosito, este libro azul, es lo mismo que el diario secreto, lo que demuestra que era de
This
Freya.
blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
Exacto,
You were
amor.
hiding Freya's diary in your room,
Mm,
and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Naturalmente, Fifi no quería que nadie viera los secretos personales del diario de Freya.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
Claro,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
preservar su inocencia.
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Claramente ahora ya no necesita
I will
sospechar.
open it. However,
Freya.
as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
Ok, Fifi ha abierto el diario.
Finally. What's in there?
Ha vuelto, esta vez en carne y hueso. ¿Fui yo? ¿Lo dejé salir? Tal vez debería romper ese cuadro. ¿Cómo? ¿Se referirá a este cuadro? Lo veo probable. El ¿What? ¿Qué onda? El portaalmas funciona. Yo robaba almas, creo, ¿viste? Qué cosita más impresionante. Ahora tengo 2. Necesito otros 2 más. Ah. Ok. He encontrado el camino hasta el medio. Sorprendentemente fácil en comparación con el arpa. Los he visto. A los 5. Los ojos se oscurecieron. Pese a todo, aún tengo una promesa que cumplir. Haré lo que pueda. A ella le vendrá bien algo de compañía. Bueno. Profesor Pointer. Es evidente que vamos a hablar al respecto de que su coso es más raro que la shit. O sea,
Professor,
está apuntando al
what
otro.
interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been
I
in this?
really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Claro.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh, go on.
Está intentando que le pongan su nombre a un planeta. No le interesa nada. Me encanta la emoción. Ha descubierto que un meteorito se dirige a la Tierra. ¿De dónde salía esa conclusión, viste?
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Exacto.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Sí, claro.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah.
Bien.
About
Sobre eso. El telescopio de Pointer en realidad estaba mirando a la escena del crimen y no hacia el cielo.
Walker's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Un
Are you
humilde
spying?
entomólogo.
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You
Exacto.
think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on.
Y no a
Might have
Freya.
been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand.
Pues
Freya
sí.
was always sneaking around. Both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
Mm,
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you
Exacto.
witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window.
Wow.
I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Claro.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene. Freya was definitely...
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed it.
Ok, creo que sinceramente sin más coso podríamos ya ir a por todas las pistas de la mierda, pero...
So... Yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote
Nada.
now I'll
Es que
get
viste,
her.
ahora iré a
It's
por
paper
ella, viste,
hidden in
tipo.
your room.
Y lo escondiste
That's
encima.
not
Eso
nothing.
no es nada, viste. Bastante, de hecho.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
Claro.
The petals.
Son falsos, son de
They're
rosas
from red
rojas.
roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And who they belong to.
Exacto.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
Sí, lo veo.
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Con tus
Is
pájaros.
it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Exacto, mira. Mira, uno de los pájaros de Penny se usó para espiar a Poppy Fitz. Porque estaban planeando un asesinato.
One of
Y robarles
those
pruebas.
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them.
Freya y Fitz.
We know those two have been spending time
Honestamente,
together.
ese ship me parece mucho más potente. El de Freya y Fitz, ¿viste? No sé por qué, pero me parece muy potente ese ship.
I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
Exacto.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage.
Ah, Tabata.
She's
Sí, era
certainly
Tabata.
never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
Mira. ¿Y por qué? Ok. Está bien, ¿no? Esto. Pero... O sea, ¿por qué ya dijo ella Tabata? Tipo, se auto cosa.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Se la dejó. Cuando visitó. Esta pluma amarilla se la dejó el ave amarilla de Penny cuando visitó el jardín de la azotea. ¡Toma, Penny! Uy, va a explotar.
Can't stand it!
Sí, explotó.
Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me.
Tabata.
I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so
Wow.
quiet with me these days. But being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little...
No, la mierda. Ten en cuenta de que Poppy es menor.
Apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
O sea, ten en cuenta de que Poppy es menor de edad, me parece. ¿O cuánto tiene? No sé, bueno, si tiene 19 tiene sentido, pero... es medio raro.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
Do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
Acid
Piano
jazz.
music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Muy parecido.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
Huh.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
Pero sí lo era.
You used to like these colors.
Esto era evidente, o sea, ahora vamos a tener que deducir que Poppy antes tenía el otro
Something
estilo, ¿no?
proves Poppy used to like these colors. Let's take a closer look.
Ok, pasemos de casa rosa que encontramos en la escena del crimen. Coincide. En que encontramos en que usaba. Oh, bien, está bien. Ahí estamos.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
Ahí estamos.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's
Exacto.
clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up? And then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Ahora Poppy odia a Freya, Fifi a Freya. La foto demuestra que Poppy me encantan las opciones flasheras que te da el juego.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it.
¿Sí?
Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
Claro.
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift.
Asombroso.
Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know.
Claro.
How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
Interesante. Ahora Haksha, que va a ser lo del telescopio, ¿no? Me parece. Va a ser el telescopio,
This
¿no?
little microscope thing, you said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw.
Sí.
Don't worry. We already worked out what you're searching for.
Toma.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The
Well, see.
greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
Exacto, según Fitz.
He's not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
No, es un
Microscope
microscopio.
at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
Oh, pero... usa, según Fifi, una lente telescópica, lo que lo convierte en el arma homicida.
The handheld microscope
Abajo ponía eso, es re
uses
flashero a
a
veces.
telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it.
Y también
I'm
improvisó
inclined to
Pointer.
believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Aksha, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
Bueno,
To be an astronomer.
qué buen deseo ser emperatriz de la
I had
galaxia,
a
¿no?
desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe.
Ok.
A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one.
Naturalmente
52,
es
I
muy
decided
hermoso.
instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me, and so I became a detective.
Claro, tiene
The
sentido.
yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Claro,
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I
claro.
had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
Ah, claro.
So, who is your suspect?
Ese es el
Things are
problema.
complicated.
Me
My
parece
lead
que era
suspect
Freya, ¿no?
is your murder victim.
Sí, Freya Fellow. Y ahora falta la última sospecha que vamos a hacer ahora mismo. Y después en el siguiente episodio
So,
vamos a hacer el resto de cosas.
Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
Sí,
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fitz mintió sobre lo de haber visto a Fitz. Fifi vio a Fitz, pero él llevaba
Fifi
otra
did
cosa.
see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Era ni nada más ni nada menos que la paleta
What
ornamentada.
about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
En realidad sí, para mí que cuidaba la planta. Una paleta ornamentada es lo que Fitz usa para cuidar una flor en una maceta en el cuarto de Penny, ¿no?
Only trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
Sé que esto lo está haciendo muy flash, pero es que estas
Yes.
deducciones son muy obvias.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Exacto, lo cual es en la otra planta que tenemos.
Let's take a closer.
En la tierra azul. Me olvido que tengo que hacer esto. Encontramos en el jardín. El cuarto de Penny coincide con. Encontramos en
The
el jardín.
pot and almost.
Ah, encontramos en el invernadero de Fitz, ahí está. Eso es un jardín, pero de todos modos, supongo que tiene sentido.
Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
Sí,
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants.
claro.
So I go into her room every now and again. And when she's not there, water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Y después de esto, me encanta, ya tenemos todas las sospechas hechas. Y ahora queda hablar con esta tipa y así repasamos todas las declaraciones. Pero bueno, por el momento me despido, así que hasta el próximo vídeo, camaradas. Así que hasta la próxima. Bye, bye.